So this was really, honestly, for 120 minutes, a really good defensive effort in the field run of play.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling in the room about that? The last few games have also been the similar kind of defensive efforts. And, you know, I know you weren't here last year, but it seems like they're turning the, you know, losses into draws, draws into wins. And how do you move forward from this and, you know, three MLS games in a row and short time frame, and you got to get it back together because you got a playoff run to make?
I think, well, right now in the locker room, everybody's just a little bit defeated because we felt like we put in a lot of work throughout the whole game, and especially with the other games too. We felt like we could have got more than just 1 point. But I think it's just about finding the little things that help us close out the games and keep pushing us so we can get those 3 points and keep advancing, because I think we have the talent all throughout the locker room from the top of the chart to the bottom of the chart. So I think it's just fine-tuning those little things. It's really the small things that's stopping us from possibly getting those 3 points in the games. And also, they scored 2 penalties too, so it wasn't like it was anything out of the run of play where they scored. So that's why everybody's a little defeated.
All right. So how frustrating that each time you guys had a 1-goal lead, they had to equalize it with a PK. So, and then they go into, with all that momentum of PK kicks, they have that in the extra time. So how frustrating was that you guys would be up and then a penalty comes in?
It's definitely frustrating. Like, no team wants to go tie the game from a penalty kick. But I think the group of guys we have, even when we do get scored on, it's like a quick head down and quick head up, and we're right back. And that's one thing I really like about this group of guys, that we keep fighting no matter what, even to the end of the game. If somebody gets out, the subs will come in and keep fighting. But it's definitely frustrating, and nobody wants to go through that, to be honest.
Scott Moore, ABC.
How kind of important is it for this team to experience like a playoff game in July? Is it kind of like show you where you guys need to get to?
Well, we definitely have high aspirations. Like, in our head, we're playing playoffs no matter what. But I think if we're going to make a good run and have the chance to really win the whole thing, I think we just need to fine-tune the small things and really come together and practice and keep being a unity. Like, I think the coaching staff does a great job reviewing who we're playing against, the opponents, knowing what we need to do. But I think it's just maybe like a mental switch. Like, we just got to be fully locked in for the whole 90 minutes, and today 120 minutes, you know. But we're going to be in playoffs, no doubt.
Go ahead, Casey. Then Rob.
For you, a younger guy, how important is it, you know, playing in these types of games where, you know, you might see Bruce put in some guys, younger guys that maybe don't always get, you know, much playing time as on an MLS game per se? I
think it's great. It just feels good that Bruce has the faith and confidence in us younger guys to give us opportunities, especially in today's game, you know. But we live up to the moment, you know. We strive for this so that when we have a regular season game, we've been here before. So I think it's great from all the young guys' perspective that we just keep going out, keep fighting, especially going up against some of these good guys, you know.
You guys are putting it all out there tonight. And many of the guys had to go 120 minutes. You almost made it that far. First off, how are you feeling coming off the field? I know you probably didn't want to come off the field.
Yeah, I didn't want to come off, but it was just like I went into that tackle. I'm an aggressive player, so I went into that tackle full 100%. I got stomped on. But he apologized after, but I'm feeling all right. I obviously didn't want to leave the field because I was helping my team, and it's hard to watch your team from the sidelines, but I'm all right, man.
Elimination games are going to bring a lot of that physical play out clearly from both sides. Yeah. Your team captain tonight suffered what on replay looked like a red card offense. Was there any messaging from the referee that call was being reviewed? What was the discussions on the field after seeing Espinosa go through that?
So I think there was a lot of emotions going on through the field, you know, especially seeing your captain go down and have a gash in his leg. But the ref was just basically saying that there wasn't enough contact, or it was too soft. And I think that's what had everybody riled up, because if it's too soft, then there wouldn't be a 2-inch gash in our captain's leg, you know. But everybody sees the game differently. If that's the way he felt, we just had to take it for what it was and keep fighting. So, and it's unfortunate.
And there was no indication it was being reviewed or talked about?
No, well, I mean, I guess they were talking about it on the sideline, but I don't know if they reviewed it. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ivan, and then Paul.
You were close to having your U.S. Open Cup goal in this game. It was in the first half. You did a little bit of step over, and then you forced Uber into a good save. Walk us through that moment.
So I received the ball, and whenever I see space, I know it's my time to shine because I love going at players. So I do what I do best. I just took them on, step over, and trying to create enough space for me to get a shot off. And I tried to beat him near post, but he definitely did make a great save. But it was definitely a great confidence booster for me to keep going.
Paula?
Good evening. Two questions. Regardless of the result, what do you think about the performance of the team, the hard work, and the mental resiliency? And moving forward, what do you take it away from these quarterfinals? Thank you.
I think it's great, honestly, how the team rallied up and we kept fighting all 120 minutes. Especially the players that came on the field or like the players that came off the field. Like when Christian was hurt, he was on the sideline yelling, coach it. But I think it's great to know that everybody got your back. If somebody got beat, the next person was stepping up. If somebody got hurt, we were putting in hard tackles. So it's definitely a great thing to feel that in the locker room, knowing that everybody has your back. And we could take it into the next game knowing that we have something to prove and that we'll rally behind every single player on the field.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any last questions? Brian, last one.
So the last 3 games, the 2 MLS and then this one, you guys have given up 2 goals in the run of play in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
The defense is really seeming like it's starting to get to its own with different guys every time. How are you guys doing that, and how is your organization, and what stays the same, what's different when these moving people in and out?
I honestly don't think there's anything too different because everybody's on the same page. In practice, if you're not in the starting group, you're still paying attention because you never know. Things could switch up like this where you need to step in. So I think whenever we make subs, everybody's ready. But like I was saying before, I feel like sometimes it's mental lapses, even with myself. There's mental lapses which will allow those other teams to get that small little crack to score a goal. So I think it's just having complete focus for those 90 minutes and seeing the game out. And I think once we get that, we'll be unstoppable.
And tonight, Roberts had, in the second half, had 3 stops of crosses, just sticking his leg out and stopping goal scoring chances. How as a young guy, and both, you being a little bit younger player yourself, how good is that to see him coming along and knowing that he can step up in these situations? It's
great, honestly. He does a phenomenal job. He plays against some of the big strikers that a lot of teams pay a lot of money for, So I think he does a phenomenal job. And he lives up for the moment, just like a bunch of us young guys. We take it for what it is. We know it's our opportunity, and we can't shy away from it. So I think he does a phenomenal job. I think all the players, not even just the young guys, everybody just rallies behind each other, and we just keep fighting.